Today, we're going to talk about Brown Dust 2. Is it a free-to-play masterpiece? Is it a hit? Or is it?
Yeah. Can I fly you to the moon? Can we play among the stars? I've been thinking of you lately to control over my heart.
So if you know me, you'll know that I love free-to-play. When I originally started my gacha journey, I whaled a lot, I dolphined a lot on other games, C6 characters on Genshin, E6s on, or is it E5? I can't remember off the top of my head, but Kafka, she got E, yeah, I think it's actually E6. So, for those of you who don't know, I've been on both sides of the whaling free-to-play experience. I've whaled in gacha games, C6 to E6 characters, right? And I've been on the other side of the fence where I've wanted to see what it's like actually playing free-to-play. And more than anything, I've come to the realization that free-to-play gacha games are just way more enjoyable, Even if you're financially well off, it's still a bit frustrating, you got to spend $1,000 for a C6 character. And the reality of that situation as well is a lot of people that whale on gacha games, they're not exactly well off financially. I know it gives the impression that they are because they spend that money, but just because someone's spending $1,000 on a character in Genshin Impact, that doesn't mean that they have a lot of money, A lot of these people don't have good financial management, A lot of these people do actually live paycheck to paycheck. And I've even seen instances where people in lesser off countries are actually getting loans for anime characters, and that's really not good. So one thing I want with this channel is I really want to promote free to play, and I really want to promote games that are very generous towards their player base. And Brown Dust 2 is the first game I really want to talk about because, for the last few years, Brown Dust 2, the only really form of monetization they've added is like a gachapon system for a character skin that, to be brutally honest, you don't really need. It's just an extra way for them to get some money, and it hasn't diminished the actual experience of the game. You can still get a lot of lewd stuff for free. More than anything, Brown Dust 2 is actually a lewd gacha, It's one of those games you can have on the side. Look, it's not a game you're going to be playing as a main game forever. It's one of those games that you just keep on the side. I keep it on my mobile. It is a very enjoyable game. If you like turn-based tactical combat, Brown Dust 2 actually does have some very good combat when it comes to that. Look, the character models are the chibis, the sprites. They're not proper fleshed out 3D models, which is unfortunate. If Brown Dust ever went down that route, I think they'd make a lot more money. I think Brown Dust 3, if that was like Honkai Star Rail, with 3D models and all that, I think they got a lot of potential for some very cool stuff. But as it is right now, the main selling point for this game is the lewd waifus and them constantly pushing the envelope with ludity. This is a Guna game, first and foremost. The story has also veered off to the point where they're removing a lot of male characters, which, if you're that head set on a game with a good story, Brown Dust 2 still has a good story, but it's getting a bit choppy because they're removing male characters and self-inserting a male MC. Crazy, right? But more than anything, this is a free-to-play hit or miss video, and it's still a hit. With all the stuff I've spoken about, it's still a hit. This game has some of the best rewards out there. Every single character banner, you'll get that character for free. Trust me, you will. You get a free pull every day on the character. You get a free pull every day on the weapon. Every single day for the duration of the character banner. If that's not good enough, there is multiple banners running, so you get multiple pulls per day. There's always events going on with free pulls. Every time you log in, you're literally getting a free pull. There's always something. The login rewards are great. The events, the events that happen literally all the time always reward pool currency, pools, gear as well that's actually useful. Not you know, like a 4-star piece of equipment that's absolutely useless, right? Maybe like once a year you'll get a piece of gear that's, you know, useful or semi-useful. No, Brown Dust 2 always gives you good gear, even during their events. The game is just beyond generous. Anniversaries are absolute insanity. Hundreds of pools, not advertised hundreds of pools where you gotta jump through 100 different hoops, you know, to do 100 different things to unlock the chance, you know, to get some rewards. No, they give you the events rewards then and there on the spot. And my god, the rewards, they're that good. The waifus are up there as well. Literally, one of the most popular videos of all time in the gacha space is literally a lewd video from this game. Over 30 million views. Off COVID. Literally happened like, I think like a year and a half ago. Maybe even less. You know, this game is it. It is worth having on your phone and playing on the side and just casually enjoying it. It is really worth it. You don't feel stressed to the point where you've got to log in every single day to unlock, you know, 2 pools or 1 pool. I mean, hell, if it was Genshin Impact, you've got to log in every day for like half a pool. This game is the full package, honest to God. It is worth checking out just for the ludity alone. You get so much stuff for free. Other games like Azure Lane, you got to spend a lot of money just to get the live 2D skins. No, Brown Dust 2, most of the skins are already live 2D, and they've introduced new live 2D interactions that pretty much you can get like 90% of them for free. That's pretty good. Like, that is incredible. You cannot get that in other gachas. Plain and simple. Brown Dust 2 is ahead of the pack for lewd gachas. Check it out. If you're a gooner, this has to be in your gaming rotation. It's your boy Gacha Burgers, over and out. Peace.